This song's got a very well-known chorus. In fact, the verse is pretty well known as well, so you could join in the whole lot. As I get in by Tara Market for to fee, I fell in with a wealthy farmer, the barnyards at Elkity. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elkity. He promised me the finest pair that ever ye set your een upon. When I got to the barnyards, there's nothing there but skin and bone. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elgady. The old grey mare sat on her rump, the old grey horse laid on its wame. For all that I would whoop and crack, they would ne'er rise till yoking time. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elkity. When I gang to the kirk on Sunday, mony's the bonny lass I see, sitting at her father's side and winking o'er the pews at me. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elkity. Jean Macpherson marks my bed, you can see the marks upon my shins, for she's the right old tricked jade that fills my bed with prickly whins. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elkity. Now I can drink and no get drunk, and I can fecht and no get slain. I can lie with another man's lass, and I be welcome to my ain. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elkity. But now the candle is brunted, the snotter's fairly on the wane. Fare ye will, ye barnyards, you'll never find me here again. Lintonary, Turanary, Lintonary, Turanay, Linton, Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Elkity. Now, two very fine guests from south of the border. But just before I ask them on, could I remind you about what I said at the beginning about no talking between songs, well, not between songs, during songs and introductions and that sort of thing. So, I'd like you to give a big hand, please, to Sue Harris and John Kirkpatrick.
Start off with a couple of English polkas. First one is called Radstock Jig, and the second is called Jenny Lind. Thank you. Here's a song with a chorus now. This is a harvest song, like most of the songs we seem to sing at the moment. And there's a chorus which goes like this, and I've forgotten the note. We'll sing the chorus first. For we are the lads with the Haydown dairy, drinking ale as brown as a berry, and the good strong beer will drown dull care, and welcome the harvest home. Oh, come, let us be good company, oh, fill up a glass and drink to each lass, and gently jog her upon your knee. 'Twill make the kinder grow. For we are the lads with a Haydown dairy, drinking ale as brown as a berry, and the good strong beer will drown dull care, and welcome the harvest home. Now Jack and Sue come tumbling in with a big brown jug, so neat and so trim, and now John Barleycorn is in. Oh, let us merry be, for we are the lads with a Haydown dairy, drinking ale as brown as a berry, and the good strong beer will drown dull care, and welcome the harvest home. Now Jack and Sue proposed a dance. It was agreed upon by chance that they should trip it on the grass, and the fiddler should play them a tune. For we are the lads with a Haydown dairy, drinking ale as brown as a berry, and the good strong beer will drown dull care, and welcome the harvest home. So every lad took forth a lass, and gently led her on the grass, and around went his tail like a windmill sail, to welcome the harvest home. For we are the lads with a Haydown dairy, drinking ale as brown as a berry, and the good strong beer will drown dull care, and welcome the harvest home. Now just before the dance was done, "You're out," says Jack. "Oh, I'm not," says John. "Oh, the fiddler played it wrong," says Tom. "So we'll have it all over again. For we are the lads with a Haydown dairy, drinking ale as brown as a berry, and the good strong beer will drown dull care, and welcome the harvest home." This one is called The Rambling Sailor, and I expect you may have heard versions of it before. Oh, I don't know, perhaps you haven't. There's no actual chorus, but most of the verses end the same sort of way. Like, "I am a rambling sailor," or "being a rambling sailor," or that sort of thing. Or "rambling sailor." Hence the name. Now I am a sailor stout and bold, many a time I have sailed the ocean, fought for me queen and me country too, for honour and promotion. But now, me jolly shipmates, I bid you all adieu. No more to see will I go with you. I'll travel the country through and through, and I'll be a rambling sailor. Well, pass on to a village down I went, where I spied lasses plenty. Boldly I stepped up to one of them, to court her for her beauty. I says, me pretty maiden, now what do you choose? Ale or wine or the rum punch too, besides a fine pair of silken shoes to travel with your rambling sailor. Oh, I can't and I won't go along with you, you saucy rambling sailor. Me parents, they would never agree, for I'm promised to a tailor. But such as my desire to enjoy of a charms, a guinea, says I, for all in your arms. Well, the deal it was done, upstairs we run, the maiden and the rambling sailor. And when I awoke it was in the morn, and I left that girl a-sleeping. Down the stairs and away I ran, to some other girl I went a-creeping. If she stays there, oh, till I return, she may stay there till the day of doom. I'll put some other girl all in her room, and I'll be a rambling sailor. Now if you want for to know my name, well, me name it is young Johnson. I got commission from the Queen to court all maidens that's handsome. With my false heart and me flattering tongue, I'll court them all, both old and young. I'll court them all, and I'll marry none, and I'll be a rambling sailor.
I'd like to play some Morris tunes now. I suppose I should say something about Morris dancing, really. It's all to do with fertility and things like that, and having a good harvest. And this is brought about by doing Morris dancing. These are 3 of the tunes that are used for dancing. First one's called London Pride, then there's Shepherd's Hay, and the last one's a Quaker. If any of you know how to Morris dance, you're very welcome to do so as well.
This one is called Queen of the May, and it's the typical English love song of birds and bees and strolling through the fields, all that sort of stuff. Very sweet.
Being carried off into shady groves, but it has a happy ending.
All together. Oh, as I walked out one midsummer's morn, all the flowers were blooming and gay. I heard a young damsel so sweetly sing, her cheeks like the blossom in May. I said, pretty maid, oh, how come you here in these meadows so soon in the morn? And the maid, she replied, for to gather some May, for now all the trees are in full bloom. Shall I go with you, my fair pretty maid, through these meadows to gather some May? Oh, no, kind sir, she said, I would rather refuse, for I fear you would lead me astray. But I caught a hold by her lily white hand, o'er the meadows we wandered away. On a green mossy bank I sat my love down, while I picked her a handful of May. And when I returned, well, she gave to me a smile, and she thanked me for what I had done. And I placed the sprig of May on her lily white breast, while the birds they did sing all around. And early next morning I made her my bride, that the people might have nothing to say. And the bells they did ring, and the bride she did sing, as I crowned her the Queen of the May.
Right, here's a good chorus song. There's two bits of chorus, and the first bit goes, hey, hey, but I'll not have him. And the second bit goes, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. It's called The Old Man from the Sea. There was an old man from over the sea, hey, but I'll not have him. There was no man come over the sea, come snivelling, snoveling all around me, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. Me mother, she told me to bid him come in, hey, but I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to bid him come in, and the silly old fool dribbled right down his chin, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. Me mother, she told me
to give him a stool. Hey, but I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to give him a stool. Well, I give him a stool, and he sat like a fool, with his old grey beard, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. Me mother, she told me to pass him the sugar. Hey, but I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to pass him the sugar, and the silly old fool. Sorry, I'll start that again. Me mother, she told me to pass him the sugar, and he shovelled and shivered it down like a bugger, with his old grey beard, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. Me mother, she told me to give him some cake. Hey, but I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to give him some cake, and the silly old fool wriggled just like a snake, with his old grey beard, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. Me mother, she told me to take him to bed. Hey, but I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to take him to bed, and the daft old devil nigh stood on his head, with his old grey beard, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. Me mother, she told me to show him what to do. Hey, but I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to show him what to do, but the silly old sod couldn't learn how to screw, with his old grey beard, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking. So me mother, she told me to bid him farewell. Hey, and I'll not have him. Me mother, she told me to bid him farewell, so I bid him farewell, and I wished him in hell, with his old grey beard, with his old grey beard, a shivering and shaking.
I'd like to do a contemporary song now. This is called The New St. George, and it's got a chorus which goes, leave the factory, leave the forge, and dance to the New St. George. It's very singable, so please join in. This was written, incidentally, by Richard Thompson, who was in Fairport Convention, but you've probably not heard of him.
Bloody women all the same. So leave your satisfaction. Can't you hear St. George's tune? St. George's tune is calling you on the earth that was yours.
Stop a minute, I think we're out of tune. Start again. Sorry about that.
And now,
That one.
that was. The time has come for action, so leave your satisfaction. Can't you hear St. George's George's tune, St. George's tune is calling you on the earth. It was your mother, so fight for one another and leave the factory, leave the forge and dance to the new St. George. Don't believe pretenders who say they would defend us while they flash their teeth and wave. The other hand is being paid. They choke the air and bleed us, these noble men who lead us. So leave the factory, leave the forge and dance to the new St. George. The greedy who plunder on the needy. So leave the factory, leave the forge and dance to the new St. George.
Now we've got an incredible duo. They were actually the guests here last week and only one of them turned up. And this week the other one's turned up, but the one that turned up last week has got a cold and can't sing. But they're actually a duo because there's two of them. So I'd like you please to give a big hand to the Bradford and East Neuk Ready Mix Concrete Company. Kenny and Fred, really. That's working. Yeah, I'll just start. Because he's kind of, if I don't start soon, I don't think he'll live through it. And then I'll be minus a second guitarist. Oh, you wake up on a Saturday, your head spinning round, out with your mates the night before, you never touch the ground, but it's all in the cause of enjoying yourself, and you don't give a damn. 'Cause all you ever think about is football and money and women and booze and trying to forget your Monday, Friday blues. Well, your mother thinks you're lousy. I don't suppose she's far wrong. She lives on her own. You're all she's got. She won't be here long. But you're too busy right now to think about that. Chatting up a dolly bird, that's right. 'Cause all you ever think about is football and money and women and blues and trying to forget your Monday, Friday blues.
just my capo, you can. So.
That's the story of, that's the story of love.
Don't know how we got here, but someday you'll get married, you'll have kids of your own, you'll watch them grow around you, you'll watch them leaving home, and then when you're old, will you wonder why they don't give a damn, and all they ever think about is football and money and women and booze and trying to forget the Monday, Friday blues, and then when you're old, will you wonder why they don't give a damn? No, they don't give a damn. Oh, they don't give a damn. No reason why they should. I'll do one on the other. This is a song that dates from the same era in my life as the last one. When I was working in Newcastle, nothing better to do than churn out songs, you see. This is called I May Not Remember, and there's a very good chance that I won't because it's a long time since I sang it. Okay. Yes, and I may not remember, yes. I may not remember the first time I saw you, and time in its passing brings too many tears, but your face in the sunlight and your hair in the warm winds blowing, I'd never forget in 100 years. I may not remember the first time I kissed you, and time in its passing brings too many tears, but your eyes in the silence of time standing still in the morning, I'd never forget in 1,000 years. I may not remember the first time I loved you, and time in its passing brings too many tears, but your head on my pillow and your arms entwined about me, I'd never forget in 1,000,000 years. No, I'd never forget in 1,000,000 years. This is a song written by... Thank you. Oh, Bert Jansch, for a change. Which is, I think, is very nice. It's a kind of madrigal-like thing, which is somewhat appealing when it's sung well. You know what I mean? Hi, great. It's called Tree Song, for no apparent reason. I wish I had a photograph to let you see the way you smile upon my foolish heart. Though words I do not know enough, I hope that you will take your time and sing them. I've forgotten the words. I always do that. I'm not going to attempt that verse again. You stepped beneath the midnight moon and gathered dewdrops for the sun, awaiting until dawn. Oh, if I was the branched tree, I'd be the oak tree fast and strong to win your gentle heart. And if I was one silken thread embroidered all in cherry red, upon your breast I'd lie. And if I was the alder tree burning fiercely over thee, our love would surely bear. And if I was the hawthorn bush and you did shelter under me, I would not do you harm. And if I was one grain of corn and you did come along and throw me to the wind. And if I was one glass of wine, one sip from you would give me time to take you by the hand. And all across the hills we'd go in search of what no one does know, except both you and I. Da da da.
That sounded great. Well,
big hand, please, for John Kirkpatrick and Sue Harris. Come on. Nobody told us.
These ones. We'll start with some tunes again. First one is called A Bunch of Rushes, and the second one is called The Gas Almost Works. Don't ask me why. These two. The second tune is a bit unusual because it's in 5/4 time. I mean, you can't dance to it. And if you try and tap your feet, you'll find it doesn't really fit. So tap your hands. there's a song now. This is actually the first song we ever did together, and it's a harvest song, which is a bit of a drag really, because now it's harvest time. We can't really sing it anymore because everyone's heard us do it. So anyway, we're going to do it because we like singing it. We've been doing it long enough, so we don't make many mistakes in it usually. Only sometimes, no. It's called the Jolly Plow Boys, and there's no chorus to it.
Except it sounds as though they had a pretty bad harvest this year. They sound so miserable in this version.
Come all you jolly plough boys and help me to sing. I'll sing in the praise of you all, for if we don't labour, how can there be bread? I will sing and make merry with all. It was of two young brethren, two brethren of old. It was of two young brethren born. Oh, the one was a shepherd and a tender of sheep, and the other a planter of corn. We will moil it, we will toil it through mire and through clay. We will plough it up deeper and low. Then after comes the seedsman his corn for to sow, and the harrow to rake it in rows. Here's April, here is May, here is June and July. What pleasure to see the corn grow. In August it ripeneth, we reap and sheaves tie, and go down with our scythes for to mow. And when we have gathered up every sheaf, and gleaned up every ear, we will make no more to do but to plough and to sow, and provide for the harvest next year. Well, this one with a chorus. Very easy chorus, especially for all the musicians in the midst, as it's all about various forms of musical instruments. And the chorus goes: Rumpa-tump, tural-ural adity, rumpa-tump, tural-ural a. Can't go far wrong with that. Now come all young men and listen a while. I'll sing of a maiden at Firelock style. The stump of a nail it tore her clothes. She fell down and she did expose her old rumpa-tum-tural-ural adity, rumpa-tum-tural-ural day. Well, a fine young buck was standing by. The sight of her organ fair dazzled his eye. I'm choking with emotion here. Or something. Start that one again. A fine young buck was standing by. The sight of her organ fair dazzled his eye. She says, young man, I feel amazed to see a young gentleman stand and gaze on me. Rumpa-tum-tural-ural adity, rumpa-tum-tural-ural day. Says he, on your instrument I'd like to play. Well, she says, young man, if you mean what you say, 20 pride guineas in gold you must pay, and then, young man, you may fiddle away on me rumpa-tum-turl-turl-ladity, rumpa-tum-turl-day. Well, to that right soon he gave consent, and into the woods together they went. He performed and she pre-tuned, the boy and the beauty kept time to the tune on a rumpa-tum-turl-ladity, rumpa-tum-turl-day. But 6 weeks been gone, so I've been told, she gave him some fire to keep him from cold. To keep him from cold by night and by day, and he cursed the young damsel that learned him to play on a rumpa-tum-turl-ladity, rumpa-tum-turl-day. So come, oh young men, and listen a while, remember what happened at Firelock stile, or else like me you'll rue the day that ever you went to the woods for to play on a rumpa-tum-turl-ladity, rumpa-tum-turl-day. We'll play some more tunes now. A hornpipe, a reel and a jig.
Can I have that water, please?
These are a bit hit and miss, as you'll see. Oh, I shouldn't really tell you that. Anyway, the hornpipe, a reel and a jig.
Right, we'll do a really gory, bloody song now. All about murder and things like that. Something really spine-chilling and blood-curdling. It's called Jolly Bold Robber.
This is a bit of a strain on me top F's, this one. If I crack up halfway through, it's because of me top F's. Come all you good people that go out a-tippling, I pray you give attention and listen to me song. I'll sing you a ditty of a jolly bold robber, stood 7 feet high in proportion, quite strong. He robbed Lawyer Morgan and old Lady Dawkins, 500 bright guineas from each one of them. And as he was a-strolling, he spied a young sailor, and bold as a lion he slewed up to them. Hand over your money, you saucy young sailor, you've plenty of bulk in your pockets, I see. I said the sailor, I have plenty of money, but while I have life, I have got none for thee. Well, I just left me ship, gave the press gang the slip, and I'm off up to London, me sweetheart to see, with 40 bright sovereigns to pay our sweet lodgings. So I pray you, bold robber, don't take them from me. But the robber caught hold of this gallant young sailor, with a blow like a poleaxe felled him to the ground. I said, sailor, you have struck me quite heavy, but now I'll endeavour to repay you in kind. So then both they stripped like tigers, they skipped and they fought life for life, like soldiers in the field. At the 97th meeting, it was the completing for this gallant young sailor, the robber he killed. And down then he looked on this blood-stained old robber. I hope you'll forgive me, poor fellow, says he. And if I had just lifted 1,000 bright guineas, well, I'm damned if I'd have stopped a poor sailor like me. How are we doing, Jimmy? 25-2.
Do it now, John. Right,
Two more. Two more.
Right, we'll do a version of an English song called The Golden Vanity. This version comes from North Carolina, if you're interested at the back, that is. And it's called The Weeping Willow Tree. It's a rather stupid version of the song, so we decided to do something pretty stupid with it as well. So John's going to try and do some Lancashire clog dancing as an accompaniment to it. Just for a laugh, of course. I mean, he can't dance or anything like that, but should be good for a giggle. Yeah. If anybody wants to watch the dancing, it'll be taking place in that corner. But I'd advise you to keep as far away from it as you can. Is it very slippery?
Right, this is good.
was a little ship in the North American, it went by the name of the Weeping Willow Tree. She sailed upon the lordly lands deep. There was another ship in the North American, it went by the name of the Gold and Silvery. She sailed upon the lordly lands deep. A captain, what will you give to me if I go and sink the ship off the Weeping Willow Tree as she sails upon the lordly lands deep? Oh, I will give you gold and to give to you a fee. I will give to you me daughter and married you shall be as we sail upon the lordly lands deep. He bent to his breast and away swam he. He swam and sank the ship off the Weeping Willow Tree as she sailed upon the lordly lands deep. He bent to his breast and back swam he. It's back to the ship of the Gold and Silvery as she sails upon the lordly lands deep. Captain, pray take me on board, for I know I've been just as good as me word. I've sunk her on the lordly lands deep. I know that you've been just as good as your word, but never more will I take you up on board as we sail upon the lordly lands deep. And if it wasn't for the love that I had for my crew, I would make a little hole and do the same unto you. I'd sink you on the lordly lands deep. He turned on his back and down went he. It's down he went to the bottom of the sea, and he stranded on the lordly lands deep. Right, I think we've done enough traditional crap tonight. We'll do something a bit different now. This is I can't remember. Oh yes, I know. It's a rag, yes. Am I going to play it or try?
Thank you. We'll finish up now with another jazzy sort of song. Which I'm sure you recognise, even if you haven't heard us do it before.
Which you probably have.
There's bits you can join in which go ooh 3 times in each chorus. That's the only bit of the chorus you can join in, because the chorus, which comes twice, is completely different both times, except for the bit which goes ooh.
Listen, big boy, now that a plan was made. Oh goodness, but I'm afraid that something's gonna happen to you. Listen, big boy, you got me hooked, and how I would die if I should lose you now. So
Button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Tow your home, eat apples every day. You get to bed by 3. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me.
be careful crossing streets. Whoa, don't eat meats. Whoa, cut out sweets.
Come on, woo, you'll get a pain and a ruin your tum-tum. Keep away from bootleg hooch when you're on the spree. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Listen, girlfriend, oh, you swept me off my feet. Oh, I think you're very sweet when you're making such a fuss about me. Listen, girlfriend, oh, now that I'm fond of you, I'm afraid I'm gonna worry too. Oh, so button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Oh, oh, wear your woolen underwear when you climb a tree. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Don't sit on hornets' tails, oh, or light rails, oh, or on nails, oh, you'll get a pain and ruin your tum-tum. Keep away from college boys when you're on the spree. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me.
Thank you. Right, John and Sue are going to do another one, and then that'll be it. So, that's John and Sue. Get your feet on.
Right, we'll just play some tunes, and as we haven't got a very good rhythm section, perhaps you could clap your hands or something.
These are some Irish dukes. Born and bred English people. Naturally we play Irish dukes.